My name is Mumo. I am one of the partners at Upande, and we have been working with ERPNext for a very long time. I'd like to introduce Daniel. He's our lead software. He's our software lead at Upande. So we put a question mark because we don't know. I think one person said it earlier. With ERPNext, you never know who began first. Somebody might come here next year and say they began even earlier. So we began with ERPNext around 2013 with an IRA project, and then did a grant management project with them in 2018, and slowly began to use it more and more. So initially, we were providing other solutions, and we were introduced to ERPNext by some gentleman from is it Belgium? Where's Becht? Becht is from Beck. I think he's, yeah, I forget. He's a German guy. Umer knows him. But we had a consultant who was over, and he told us about ERPNext. We began to use it for ourselves. And then we began to think, wow, this is a really great platform. So we began to use it on one customer project, and then a second customer project, and so on. So as you can see, 2013, 2018, 20, and so on. So we've been, every year we have added a few more customers who we work with. So over time, it actually became our focus area. So today, we've consolidated what we do as a business, and we're essentially into two areas. So one is ERP, where we only do ERPNext, and we're doing that for customers around the country and beyond Ethiopia and some other countries. And then we do Internet of Things, so which is essentially smart sensors. And so one area we've then specialized over the years is integrating the smart sensors with ERPNext. So we do have stuff on GitHub, and we'll talk about that in a minute, just about all those integrations. So our customer focus, a lot of enterprise business. So we don't do very much on the SMB. We do try to go for enterprise customers, utilities, agriculture, financial services, and so on. So we just highlight, I think, maybe 3 or 4 particular customers that we are doing. This one is a private utility that we're doing with AMREF Health Africa, and a group called Water Starters. And what we're doing there is we've used ERPNext to, as an end-to-end platform for managing a private utility. So these are not your typical government utilities, but it's a private utility. And to a large extent, managing not just the billing, which is a bit straightforward. So we do billing and all the other stuff, but we're also doing managing non-revenue water, which is around ensuring that all the water that is produced is being paid for. So typically with utilities, you find about 40% is disappearing somewhere. Burst pipes, people who are not paying, and the rest. So using ERPNext and sensors. So we do have sensors right from the boreholes that are producing this water, right until the meters that are producing, right, that is being built, and all that integrated into ERPNext. And we'll show a little demo on that in a minute. So water ATMs, these are very remote sites. We actually use solar, it's a solar implementation. We also want to talk about Kewasco. Yeah, this is a larger utility. This is the utility Kenya Water. This is Kisumu. This is Kisumu Water. Same thing. We have also used them for sort of flow management, historical data, using alerts. So both for small private utilities and for larger public utilities, we're using ERPNext. So I think we just want to walk them through the demo a bit, yeah?
Good afternoon. I'm Daniel. So I'll take you through the demo for the wash.
How do I go back? Oh. That's not the problem. We just want to show you a quick demo in terms of what we are doing for the waters. Okay. As he's coming up, any questions in the meantime? Any questions in the meantime around what we've been doing with ERPNext? All right. None. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a hand up? Yeah, that's what we're showing you. We're just waiting. You're comfortable with silence. All right. Those who are dozing, now you can do it officially. You don't have to hide. Okay. 2-minute break. So we use Chapstack. So we're using several, but they're all integrated into Chapstack. Those are sensors we're using. So we're using, we use water level sensors, which are able to tell. So we use water level sensors. We use, like I said, prepaid meters, which have valves. So when you pay, it opens. When you don't pay, it closes. We use, for the water level sensors, we're using some ultrasonic. Mainly, that's those ones we're testing right now, the ultrasonic sensors for the water levels. We use pH sensors to be able to show the quality of the water. Are we ready? Okay, fine. This will show exactly what the sensors are doing. We'll show that in a minute. We show that as well.
Yeah, so sorry for that. I had to grant some access. So this is the wash instance where we used to track and monitor the data from the different utilities. So they mostly deal with water. So in the front page, you will see a normal bar chart, that's a Frappe chart. Yeah, so this bar chart is just showing the flow of water for the different sites. So there are around 15 utilities around the country, some in the very remote areas, but from this site we're able to monitor the data from those sites. So you can use the basic functionality for the filters. Don't know if you can see very well. So here I'm using the site to filter, so I can only see data for one site. And also you can see maybe from multiple sites if you want. It depends with the filters that you apply. So below here we have some custom charts. So these ones, on top we have the filters for the start, end date, and then the utility you want to select. So on top we have real-time data, which is mainly the EC, electrical conductivity of the water, or the amount of salt in the water. We have the pH, and we have the level. So it's the tank level in percentage. Below, we have the chart. So these are historical data. The widgets at the top are for real-time data. So you can just open your site, and you're able to know the pH at a certain site somewhere in another part of the country. So the charts are not like just rigid, so we use configuration to just see the widgets that you can have. So you see the other one had pH EC, but for this site they just want to monitor the levels in their different tags. So we just have the level widgets, and below here you are also able to like filter the historical data for just one level sensor. So sometimes when the lens are so many, it might obscure the view, so you're able to filter out. The next module we have is the prepaid meters. So here we have prepaid meters dashboard, where you see the prepaid meters, either they are on or off. We have the M-Pesa payments and some dashboards. So the prepaid meters, they are prepaid. You have to pay maybe through M-Pesa before water can be dispensed. So we are using the ERP to track the payments part, and also sending downlinks and uplinks to those sensors in remote parts of the country. And also here you're able now to filter the payments and sales for different customers, different utilities, different dates, and below here, maybe the user is able to download a report for the same. Yeah, so all this is being done using Frappe. Yeah. So the second part, apart from monitoring the EC and the pH, there are also customers who want to maybe monitor the daily flow of the water, the monthly flow, weekly flow, yeah, and then when you have such data, you're able now to maybe even plan with your how you are using the water, and have insights maybe to tell you by the end of the month, I expect my bill to be a certain amount. Yeah, so apart from that, there are also maybe sites that they want to see the pressure of the water. So, yeah, like these ones, we have the pressure at the very end. So you're able to tell the flow of the water weekly. And below here, we have the flow per hour. So at the top of the hour, you're able to tell what was the flow rate for the previous hour and the pressure. Lastly, these, as you have been told, they are in remote areas. So mostly the boreholes are operated using solar. So it's also good to track maybe the energy, the energy outputs and the data coming from the solar, so that you're able to tell maybe if there's some issue, maybe you expected the solar to have some, to be operating, but it's showing 0. So yeah, we have all those charts to monitor that.
All right, a couple of other things as we close, a couple of other things we're doing. We're doing a lot in terms of extending ERPNext into the mobile space. So we do have a mobile app for individual meter consumption. So some of the utilities actually, some of the private utilities in Nairobi are actually using that, like Runda Water, where you can have an app that you can actually use to track your own water consumption. We have Upande Harvest, which is a mobile app for greenhouse production, and we have an asset manager app, management app that we're working with water starters. So basically extending a lot of our ERP work into mobile apps as well. The other thing I think we'd mention is our services. So we're doing a lot of implementation services for customers around. So it doesn't have to be, like we said, we're not sector specific, we're sector agnostic. So regardless of what sector you're in, we're very happy to work with you. Victory Farms actually is one of the customers we actually met here last year. We've been working with them. Tambuzi is another customer that we are currently working on. These are just customers we're working with currently. And there's another, maybe 2 other projects we're running concurrently right now. Tambuzi is a flower farm. Actually, the flowers that were on Meghan's dress at the royal wedding. So one of the premier flower farms in the country that we're busy working with. And then, of course, I think we'll just make a comment. Someone spoke about the eTeams. These are our eTeams. We mentioned eTeams here because we mentioned it the last time we were here last year. And we said we would avail the eTeams on the Frappe Cloud. So now it is there. So you can go to the Frappe Cloud. You don't actually need to contact us. Just go to the Cloud Marketplace, and you should be able to download an eTeams module, which you can integrate and implement for yourself. And yeah, and that was led by, that work was led by Daniel, so I'll let him just walk you through that eTeams talk.
Okay. Thank you again, Mumo. The eTeams, or the electronic tax invoicing management system module, which we created and integrated with ERPNext. It was quite a journey. I think we did the implementation or the development for almost a year. Some back and forths with our revenue authority. Yeah, but now the app is already there, certified and open sourced in the Frappe marketplace. So I'll just take you through the eTeams. So this is the dashboard. It has some links or shortcuts to some of the doc types that you need, the resources. So mostly here we have the master data, or the doctors maybe to assist you with retrieving and also sending some of the master data like the item codes. Yeah, there are unique item codes and other transactional codes that you need to retrieve from KRA. Once you retrieve, then they are uploaded into the system, and then from there now you're able to access them when you are maybe creating invoices. So the integration is simple. We have tried to just stick with the basic ERPNext functionality and tweaking where necessary. So like for most of these, you just have to provide the search dates, and then you just click on search. The information is retrieved, and then you're able to access it. So yeah, here you have the branch information. You just type the PIN of the branch and the date you want the information from, and then you just search, and the system will be populated. Below here, I think we have the stock. So with the items, sometimes the KRA require you to share your stock information, so to also enable tracking on their side. So from here, you're able maybe to consolidate the stock you have, and then you do a one-off stock master save. So it's like a reconciliation. Maybe at the end of the week, there have been sales and also buying, so you just consolidate your stock and update to items. Here is the item. So it's the most, maybe I would say, important, because it has most of the data and it's used for transacting. So in order to make the data consistent, we have to use some codes from items so that they're able to understand the data that you are sending to them. So some of the fields here we have added because they were missing. And yeah, so we added just to help the customer to populate that data. But the system is mostly automatic or automated, meaning that you just be required maybe to fill 3 fields for the custom fields for items data. And then when you click save, the other details are automatically populated for you, and then you're able to register the item to items. And then when the item is registered, now you're able to transact with the items. The other bit is on invoicing. So this is an invoice. Also, we have tried to stick to the ERPNext functionality as much as possible. So just ensuring you fill the data you used to fill before, and then maybe 2 or 3 fields where you just set some parameters for items. The good thing with this solution and also with Frappe is that Frappe or ERPNext is a multi-currency platform, meaning that you are able to, like, when you are using a different currency, usually the system is able to also populate and calculate the company currency. So because items usually uses Kenya shillings, even when you use euros or dollars, still ERPNext is calculating for you the company currency in Kenya shillings, and that is what you need to update to items. Yeah, so once you have filled the data, on submit is when the information is sent to items, and then you receive some receipt information from items. So some of the receipt information you get is like the control unit ID. We have the receipt signature, the internal data. They are below there. Yeah. So this print format also comes with the system, with the app, items module app, because this is the print format that we agreed upon with KRA. So yeah, it has to be specific, and they have to agree on that you can use it. So apart from that, we have error login functionality, where you are able to log the error and also see maybe the endpoint that brought about the error. So yeah, sometimes when you are doing testings like in the sandbox environment, we experience a lot of errors, maybe downtimes, and then if you don't have a proper error login functionality, then you are not even able to convince the KRA guys that maybe the issue is on their side. But with a good error logging functionality, you're able to log and even tell them here is where the error is coming from, and now you're able to proceed with solving the error. So that's it. Thank you.